Thank you very much, folks, and welcome to our program. It's our first show of 1987, and this is... apparently some just-released convicts in the audience, desperate for any kind of entertainment. But whenever now there is a year comes around like this, you run into the same thing. And I was on the elevator coming down today here to the studio, and one of the new executives from GE gets on the elevator, and he says, you know, whenever you start a new year, he says, I have trouble adjusting. He says, it's really a problem. He said, I'm still writing 1974 on my checks. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is only my opinion, but I don't think we can see too many diagrams of the president's prostate. I don't... Huh?
Yeah.
I had a great Christmas. I did something really special for my mother this year. I put her name on the standby list for tickets to this show. Well, Chrysler Chairman Lee Iacocca, this is sad news. He has filed for a divorce from his wife of only 9 months. That's too bad. I don't quite understand this, but he claims his reason for getting rid of her is that she is a gas guzzler. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new year. And we have a brand new show, and it's very exciting. It's going to be different. It's going to be fresh. We have a wonderful...
Wait a second. Hold it. Wait a minute. Wait a second.
Yes, Paul?
Listen, you know, I know you get all excited about this new year thing and everything.
Right.
It's wonderful, but let's be realistic. It's the same studio.
Uh-huh.
It's the same format.
Right.
No offense, it's the same jokes. It's the same show. It's late night.
No. See, that's where you're wrong, Paul. It's not late night. It's not late night. It's late night 87. Thank you. That's right.
So in other words,
Yeah.
You're saying the old late night is dead.
That's right. Brand new show, brand new ball game.
Well, that's fabulous. You know, I got to say, I'm excited. You know, when the TV show James at 15 changed its name to James at 16,
right.
That is the excitement, the feeling of excitement that I'm feeling.
That's good, because, Paul, tonight we're going to kick off Late Night 87 with a segment that is even better than the old Brush with Greatness.
Better! So you're saying then better than the old, better than Brush with Greatness.
That's right, Paul. Brush with Greatness 87. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to visit with various members of our studio audience, and they're going to tell us about encounters with famous people. By the way, Paul, I thought our first little skit of the new year went pretty well, didn't you?
Was that it? Just there?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I liked your energy. I thought you did a very nice job.
Thank you. I'm trying. It's a new year and everything.
Yeah. Is there a Jonathan Epstein with us? A Mr. Jonathan Epstein. Hi, Jonathan. Nice to see you. How are you?
Okay.
Where are you from, Jonathan? Do you know all of these people?
Not really.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Yorktown Heights, New York, in Westchester County.
And you a student? You have a job, or both?
I'm a student at the University of Rochester.
What are you studying?
I'm a biology major right now.
And when you graduate, what do you want to do with that degree?
Hopefully something in the field of medicine.
You seem uncertain about that.
Definitely something in the field of medicine.
What, like research?
Research, surgery, I'm not really sure yet.
Research or surgery, you're not really sure. My gosh, Jonathan. Okay, Tell us about your encounter with a famous person. This is Brush with Greatness. You know how that works, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, about a month ago, I was on a plane flight to Rochester, and I sat next to the professional bowler Nelson Burton Jr.
Nelson Burton Jr., yeah.
Who is, who's an announcer on another network.
Yeah, on ABC. He covers their bowling tour for ABC.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about sports, and we talked about a little bit of bowling and a little bit about swimming. He was familiar with the University of Rochester, and they have a very good
powerhouse swimming team.
Yes, powerhouse. Yeah. Good facilities. And when he left, he said, I'll see you in January. And that was about it.
Did you see him in January?
Not yet.
All right, and as we frequently do, we have embellishments, and I believe tonight we're using the Writer's Embellishments 87. Okay, Jonathan, go ahead.
Well,
tell us there what happened after that.
The next thing we heard was the anxious voice of a stewardess over the intercom, asking if there were any professional bowlers on board. Nelson and I headed for the cockpit, where our pilot had accidentally hyperventilated himself into unconsciousness. As calmly as making a 7-10 split, Nelson guided the plane down to a perfect landing, ironically on top of Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson, our most famous bowling president.
All right, I believe, is Larry here or not? Where's Larry? Send him out here. We have a little something for you, Jonathan, from... Come on, Larry. You have something for Jonathan? It's a pocket comb, isn't it? Pocket comb. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Nice meeting you. Have a good year. Thank you, sir. Take care. By the way, Paul, later ask me about my flight yesterday from California.
Oh, I will.
It was horrible. Did you have it? Was your flight all right?
My flight was uneventful. I got to hear about yours, but I'll ask you later.
We just got beaten silly on this thing. It was very unpleasant.
What could have happened?
And the plane, listen to this, it was raining yesterday in Los Angeles, like the first time since '53, I believe. And so the plane is leaking. Now, is that a good sign? And then when we take off, it was just like we were just getting, you know, shaken pretty badly. Anyway.
By the way, Dave, you still think we shouldn't play the music for the new 87 music during this particular segment?
No. We don't want to disturb the purity of this segment.
All right.
Is there a Ted Donnelly with us tonight? Ted Donnelly. Hi, Ted. Nice to see you. How are you? All right. Ted, where are you from?
I'm from Massapequa, Long Island.
Massapequa? Do you you work in the city? Do you?
No, I don't.
Do you have a birthday coming up or an anniversary or something?
Unfortunately, only 3 more months.
3 more months for a birthday?
Yeah.
And you know what would be a really good gift for this man if you're out there looking in and you think, what can we get him? A glasses case. Okay, Ted. Tell me about your brush with greatness.
Well, I shouldn't say I was currently.
Well, say whatever you want.
Okay. I was a pin chaser at a place called Pequot Ball in Long Island.
I'm sorry, you were a pin?
A pin chaser.
A pin chaser, meaning you retrieve errant pins.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, and what we do is when the Pro Bowlers Tour is in town, after the pros...
Ooh, when does that happen exactly?
Well...
You can't get a room in this city when it does, by the way.
When the Firestone passes through, they go throughout the country in major bowling centers, which I was not in one. We were in a very small bowling center. And what happens is after the bowlers bowl for their small money, they come to small proprietors like this, and we lock the doors, and they bowl for, you know, funds between themselves.
Oh, I see. A little gaming among the competitors.
A little gaming.
Yeah.
And I was down there keeping score for a gentleman named Norm Duke, who's on the Pro Bowlers Tour. And they like to play a game. They like to see how much they can drink and how much they can bowl and still stay on the lanes. And if they lose money there, they like to go down to into the bowling center and to the bar and see if they can make more money back at pool.
Now let me get this straight. You're telling me that bowlers like to drink?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, is that the extent of this story, Ted?
I think so.
All right. Do we have the embellishment there?
Sure we do.
All right. Oh, by the way, this is the embellishment 87. There it is. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, Ted, tell me
Later, I was setting pins again, and the reset machine on lane 27 went haywire. I was about to be turned into hamburger when quick-thinking Norm Duke hurled his 16-pound Brunswick bomber at the main power box. He saved my life, and for that I treated him to a plate of fries at the snack bar.
Larry, come on up. Ted, nice meeting you. Thank you very much for your help. Come on, Larry. You have something? Pocket time. Thank you, sir. You have time for one more of these? Larry, don't go down there. It takes too long to get back up here. Just stand up here with me. Come on. Come on up here and stand with me. Is there a Kathy Morgan with us tonight? Kathy. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Nice to see you.
No.
Kathy, where are you from? Come on, Larry, come up here.
Yeah.
Just stand right here. Did you have a good New Year's Eve, Larry?
Very nice.
Yeah. Holidays all right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, Kathy, go ahead. Where are you from?
Sacramento, California.
That's the state capital.
That's it.
The Golden State.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you, what do you do there?
I'm a teacher at Luther Burbank Senior High School, and we'll be celebrating our 25th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Luther Burbank is the father of...
Horticulture,
Excuse me.
I think.
The father of modern something. Cross-pollinization?
Yes.
We'll find out. You know Luther Burbank, don't you? All right, Kathy, tell me about your brush with greatness.
Well, I was skiing in Vail in '82, and I stopped to take a break, and I went into a concession stand there, and I was reaching for some chewing gum, and at the same time, another gentleman's hand touched mine. It was Robert Redford's.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it was.
You'd like to hear the rest of this story, wouldn't you? Okay, Kathy, then what happened?
Well, do I read the embellishment now?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Comes the thing. Bring in the
Okay.
thing. Let's get it out. Okay.
There we go. Then Mr. Redford bragged that he could chew the entire jumbo pack of gum at once. He recklessly stuffed a dozen sticks in his mouth, and we watched in horror as he started to choke. Luckily, professional bowler Earl Anthony appeared out of nowhere to perform the Heimlich maneuver.
Thank God.
I kept the wad of gum as a memento of a wonderful day.
Larry, do you have a gift? Lovely course off.
All right.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Congratulations on your being a teacher up there. Thanks, Larry. We'll be right back, folks. You had a good... Paul and I spent New Year's Eve together.
Yes,
Very
we
nice.
did.
Went to dinner?
Well, we had dates.
Yeah. Had a very nice time.
It's not like it was just you and I,
No, well,
with a bottle of champagne
that's
or
certainly
something.
true.
We had-
Yeah. Well, nice to have you here.
Had a nice time. Happy New Year. The band is back. They're all here. They're all with us.
You know, Paul, before this year gets too old, by the way, this plane leaking was a
Yeah, what about that now?
Well,
What was leaking? Some kind of...
No, it was raining outside, and the cabin, it was like the ceiling was leaking. It was coming in, and when we took off, as the plane angled up, it was like the gardens at Versailles, this big fountains of water. And I won't mention the airline, but it's an airline that flies to all of the Americas. And one of the women, one of the flight attendants said to me, "Well, what do you expect? This aircraft is 16 years old." And you know, I wouldn't drive across country in a 16-year-old car.
Oh.
But it was scary. But you know what I did? When the turbulence settled down and everything was smoothed out, I got up and walked back and forth in the aircraft and kissed everyone on the forehead.
Not nice.
Yeah.
Jane Pauley was on my flight.
Oh, that's nice. She's a very nice woman, isn't she?
Very nice.
She have those
sits there.
screaming brats with her? You know, and I'm talking about Bryant and Willard. Thank you, Anton. But she is very nice, isn't she?
She is nice and sent her regards. And
Was she traveling with the whole family?
she was traveling by herself. She had gone out to the West Coast for lunch, just for lunch. And then
That's what they do. When they're making that kind of dough, they do
Yeah,
things like
well,
that.
That's what I told her.
Just a couple of things here before the year gets too old. I'm calling now for an end to all home shopping networks. We're gonna get the legislation to shut you people down. So just gather your belongings and get out. All right. Oh, how do you like this? My new hair weave. I got that over the vacation.
It's a
Also
weave.
tomorrow, huh?
You can't detect it at all.
Thank you. Tomorrow.
Nice
tomorrow.
weave.
Tomorrow we get our new interns. A full group of new interns tomorrow. So that means hazing begins. So come in early for that.
I'm glad because I need a checkup anyway. I'm feeling a sort of a weird pain here.
And what does that got to do with hazing interns?
Well, I need to see an intern.
Well, no, these are like young college people who come and they earn credit for working on this show. They're not medically.
Oh, they're not medical.
No, not medical.
See.
Although I'm sure many would be happy to give you a checkup.
I'll speak to you, Fiona.
It's network television. Look at this, Paul. I may not need this gig much longer. You may be our first millionaire. I got this from some contest here. Take a look at this, will you? Look at that. All I got to do is win. David Letterman shall be paid a full $1 million.
Good luck with that.
So I'll just blow this gig. I get that $1 million, I'm out of here. Where is the, it's right here. Since it's our first show in quite a while, we have to kind of ease into it, kind of settle into the show, kind of gradually. It's late night 87, ladies and gentlemen. All form, no substance. Our first guest began performing, or preforming, as we say in Indiana, professionally at the age of 3, a fan of mispronunciation. At 14, she had her first hit called Paper Roses, and at 16, she and her brother Donnie had their very own network television program. This year, this woman has won a Country Music Association award, and this is her latest album right here. Please say hello, folks. Oh, the album is called I Only Wanted You. Here she is, Marie Osmond. You look great.
Well, thank you.
Nice to see you.
You look great.
Thank you very much.
First show back.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Did you have good holidays?
Yeah, it was great. We had a good time.
What did you do? Did you spend them with the entire family?
No. We were home in Utah. We just kind of went home and took some time off.
Did you have snow where you were in Utah or
no snow, no skiing yet.
What is your house like there in Utah?
I have a townhouse, and it's just it's really nice because I'm mostly on the road, and so it's just kind of fun.
So you don't have a
level.
big, rambling, sprawling spread?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Now, is there...
Too hard to clean. No.
Yeah. Is there is there an Osmond family compound? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been looking forward to this.
No. Is there like a family home, a family estate where your mom and dad reside and the kids come back?
My parents have a house.
Yeah.
And all my brothers that are married, they have houses.
So
they also have kids, and
How many people in your family are performing now or have performed in the past?
There are 8 children. My 2 oldest brothers are deaf, and so they haven't performed. But the rest of the 7, we all perform.
Yeah.
And the brothers are doing more country now, and Donnie's more contemporary. He's recording.
Yeah. And
Jimmy records in Spanish, and
he does work in Spanish? Well, that's interesting.
Japanese.
Yeah. And who are the little kids I saw on a show recently? Tiny little Osmond kids.
They're on Bob Hope's show. Yeah,
those are your what?
My brother Alan. They're his children.
Yeah.
The Osmond boys. Yeah.
So this thing just keeps cycling generation after generation.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's actually it's a dynasty at this point, isn't it? I mean, well, anyway.
We have a good time. It's interesting. My father watched the Osmond boys on TV, and my brothers all started very small on the Andy Williams show, and he watched me and says, well, they're not quite the Osmond brothers, but, you know, he gets a kick out of seeing it. My parents have a good time with that.
Did the kids always enjoy show business, or were there some that had to be sort of pushed into it that really didn't, you know, take to it automatically, or was it fun for everybody?
Well, we grew up, it's like I did my first show when I was 3 years old. It was an Andy Williams show, and I was the novelty because I'm the only girl in the family of 8 brothers. And so they kind of put me out there as the little gimmick. But over the years, yeah, it's kind of like I was 12, and my brother Jimmy had a gold record in Japan at age 7. And I thought, my goodness, I better get to work and start doing something, too.
See, and I think maybe people think that you're older than you actually are, but you're still a very, very young woman, and you've been in this since you said, what, 3½?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you always had a very...
He's so cute.
Oh, stop it.
I've done a lot of television shows, but I have to tell you, I've been looking forward to this. I love
we've
your
been looking
show.
forward to having you here.
Thank
Your
you.
hair looks great, by the way. It's
Thank
very
you.
nice what you've done with it.
Very easy to do.
Is it really? How long does that take? That must be just like days doing that, doesn't
About 3 minutes.
it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks very nice.
When you're in New York, you know, the last thing you want to do is spend time in the hairdresser, so
Yeah.
we've been running around doing things.
I want to talk to you about other things. How long are you in town?
For a couple days, we're going to hit some plays
Yeah.
and do a couple interviews and things.
Are you here with your husband?
Uh-huh.
And your baby?
No, he's with Grandma and Grandpa. We're
Is it-
here
is it a
playing.
boy or girl?
Little boy.
How old is he?
He's 3.5.
And you left him in Utah?
Yeah, he's with Grandma and Grandpa.
We have to do a commercial here, and then we'll be back with more of the new Late Night 87 after Thank You.
Thank you.
Now, what was I going to ask you? But now tell me about your husband. How long have you been married?
2 months.
Nice guy?
Great guy.
Yeah, what does he do?
He keeps me very happy. I've heard about this audience.
But what does he do for a living, this man?
He produces records. He does a lot of things for commercials, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a similar business. But
You find that that's good that you both work in...
yeah, I think so, because I kind of understand his schedule, and he understands mine. He's very supportive. And
is he, because a lot of people in the record business, you know, I don't need to tell you, are you know, kind of weaselly. But he's okay?
he's not.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
did you have to get, like, the approval of the entire family before you brought him into the clan?
Don't you read the papers? No.
Why, was there
No,
trouble?
no,
Yeah.
No, you make your own decisions,
Yeah.
and he's really wonderful. My little boy loves him. My family, they all think he's great.
Yeah. Where did you go on your first date?
First date. Went to dinner.
Yeah.
Real hard. Yeah, went to dinner.
Go to a show afterward?
No,
Yeah.
we met at a party and decided to go to dinner.
Yeah.
We just talked. He's kind of crazy. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And now, and you've always had a very clean-cut image, which is great. You know, so have I. And now you're a country music performer, right?
Well, yeah, I've been spending a lot of time on the road. We've been doing shows with Hank Williams Jr. and done
Now,
some
see,
with
are
Kenny
you and
Rogers.
Hank Williams Jr. Now, this guy, I mean, he's been around the block a few times. This guy.
Yeah, they bill us as leather and lace.
Yeah.
So that's how they do that. But he's really very, very charming.
Yeah. And you travel in like a trailer, a truck, a bus, or
Buses, and we fly, and yeah.
And you enjoy that working?
I do. You know, I've been doing it for so long. Like you said, do you spend time in Utah? You
Yeah.
probably spend as much time there as you do in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
But
not
you're
a
on the road most of the time. It keeps you really busy. We've been recording. I spent a lot of time in Nashville.
Did you in your life ever do something that we would really probably be stunned to hear about? Is there anything, because you know, it's always been, you know, I mean, is there something that, like, did you...
The worst thing I ever
did
did?
you steal a car or something? You know...
No, the worst thing, I guess worse, what is that? Illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
I was in, as a matter of fact, I was here in New York. I lived here for a while. I studied with Lee Strasberg before he passed away. And right before I left town, I wanted to graffiti a wall.
So you did use spray
That's
paint?
real bad, isn't it?
A can of paint?
Yeah, except the only problem was it was on the way to the airport.
Would you do it
And-
from a
and I had
moving
a-
car, or of a straight line on a wall?
Yeah.
What did you write?
Well, let me see. It was I Love New York or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
they'll
got
kill
out
you
of
for
it.
that.
But the problem was is I got out of the limo to do it.
Oh, that's
And it
no.
didn't work.
Yeah, yeah. And are you working while you're in town, or just goofing off? Is that what we heard? You're just relaxing, having some fun?
Well, I'm here to do I just did a McCall's cover, and so we're here doing the interview, and we're doing your show, and I just love being here. This is the
great
first
to have
time.
you here. And the album is it doing well now? I Only Wanted You?
Yeah, we just finished the video for it,
Okay.
and the last album, things are going very well.
Well,
Very, very
congratulations. I'm glad
It's
they
really
are.
nice to
Nice
hear
to see you,
yourself.
Marie. Thank you for being here. We have to pause for... Okay. Thank you, folks. Welcome back. Tomorrow on this program, you're going to meet author Baron Christian de Macy. Is it Macy or Massey? Baron Christian de Massey and comedian Jerry Seinfeld. And also, Mr. Congeniality. Comic book author Harvey Pekar will be in from Cleveland. The always dangerous Harvey Pekar will be here tomorrow night. Before we continue with the proceedings, we have our first top 10 of 1987. And tonight's category is my personal New Year's resolutions, compiled at the Home Office in where, Paul?
It's moving.
It has moved.
It's moved. It's the first of the year.
That's right.
Where is it? Scottsdale, Arizona.
It's Scottsdale, yeah. There's going to be a big open house in a couple of weeks. We'll fly in.
Let's go down for
play
that.
some golf. Here we go.
Sweet.
Top 10 New Year's resolutions for me for 1987. Number 10, have staff member find out my mother's current address. Number 9, reduce on-camera spitting. Number 8, let hair gradually return to natural color. Number 7, pick a professional wrestler to root for and stick with him. Number 6, see doctor about voices in my head. Number 5, alphabetize my collection of nurse novels. Number 4, run for captain of neighborhood watch committee, make lots of citizens arrests. Number 3, appeal expulsion from Big Brothers. Number 2, start picking lotto numbers scientifically. And number 1, resolution for the new year, do some funny top 10 lists for a change. So much. Thank you. Thank you very much, folks. Our next guest is a captain in the Air Force and is one of the men who creates the military menus. He is responsible for feeding thousands of servicemen such delicacies as freeze-dried pork patties, thermo-stabilized ham, and chicken loaf. Good eating. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Captain Mark Kruger. Captain? How do you do?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Nice to see you, sir.
Nice seeing you. Thanks for having me to the show.
Thank you for being here. You design all of the menus,
No.
and who makes the food?
Well, the food is actually developed at Natick Laboratories in Massachusetts itself. We feed the requirements to the labs, and then we taste the products and see if they'll make it out in the field.
Now, aside from taste, which I guess is a requirement, right?
Yes.
What are the other requirements? It has to last how long in the containers?
There's shelf life requirements, and that varies by product. That
What is it usually? What's the longest it will live?
The longest we've got one that's a little over 10 years, and that's this product right here.
It'll last. It'll last for 10 years.
If you store it at 40 degrees, it'll go 10 years. If you stored it at 90 degrees, it'll be around 55 months.
Yeah. And what is the largest group of men and women who you would be feeding at one single time with this food? This is not for guys in barracks in Camp Pendleton.
No.
This is for people out in...
This is for people that are deployed out to a field location, and we could feed anywhere from 1,100 to 6,000, depending on the type of field feeding set that we have there.
And when you place one of these orders, how many do you get? Like 250,000 units, 500,000 units, 100,000 units?
I don't really know that one, Dave. They're bought in increments over the course of a contract. I really don't know that.
Yeah. Now, this stuff has historically been regarded as not very good, right?
Sure has.
Is it any better than it used to be?
We'd like to think so, and that was part of the idea, is bringing the products out here and testing them out.
We're gonna do that in a second. What are K rations?
K rations were a development from the old C rations in the days of World War II and all. That they came in a little can. You remove the can. There was some grease or some jelly packing fluid in there, and then after that you would the actual product was underneath.
And those would last forever, wouldn't they?
I would imagine. I just before my days in the Air Force.
Yeah. You could also throw them at the enemy.
I think that would work. Yes.
Okay. Any other terms we ought to know? There's a K ration. There's a what else?
C rations. There's B rations,
B
which
rations?
are canned products that require preparation. There's T rations or tray packs, which are these right here.
Okay, let's start taking a look at some of this stuff.
I thought we'd start out with the
How long have you been in the Air Force?
14 years.
14 years. Okay.
Yes. I thought we'd start out with what we call the unique B ration. These require preparation, and I thought maybe you could help us with this. We're taking just ordinary hot water.
So the personnel would have to carry a thermos of hot water with them?
No. This particular one we would use it when the kitchen's already been established in the field.
Okay.
If you could, you take the disc. It's compressed dehydrated green beans. And then,
wow.
And
dehydrated green beans?
Compressed dehydrated green beans.
I've died and gone to heaven. Boy, if I had a nickel for every one of these I've eaten.
I'd be a rich man if I did.
Now, these are dried green beans. We drop them right in there.
Put it right in there, and around 5 minutes later, we'll come back, and that'll be a bowl of green beans. That'll taste like green beans.
Okay.
And we'd like you to sample them.
Okay, so that's...
Okay,
all right. Now, is that thermostabilized? Is that an example of that?
Well, these are more the thermal stabilized
let's
product.
move on. Sure.
Okay, this next, these come out of meal flight feeding or the meal ready to eat.
Oh,
now,
my
these,
God, it's growing. Run for your lives!
Call the sheriff, Paul!
Okay, these next products, these are used when we're establishing the kitchen out in the field and waiting for our supply channels to come through and all that. So we would go ahead and serve these products. These can be eaten as they are, as you see them right there, or they can be heated.
Let's try and
we,
now, do you often, do you sample opinion on these items?
Oh, yes, we do.
Can I just
We
open
certainly-
this up right
Please
here?
do. Yeah, you have to just rip the top off. Just,
Are there some that you really can't stand the taste of, or if that happens, you send them back?
yes, we do, and we've got one of those tonight that we thought you might want to sample. Okay. This particular product is not one of those. This is barbecued beef slices, and again,
it comes in this plastic pouch the way real barbecue ought to be. What the hell, you could keep that in your wallet, you know?
and that's part of the idea.
Do I rip it open here?
No, there's some notches along the side.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I see it. So it's just a... All right, okay.
Okay, what we could do is pour it in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you need to heat this up at all?
No, you can. If you heat the product up, it just... if you heat the product up, it'll improve its palatability, but they can be eaten cold.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we just taste a little of this?
Sure.
And this is beef barbecue?
Barbecued beef slices is
Okay.
what that is. It's not that bad.
Well, now what we have here quite clearly is it's a Gainsburger. Well, I can see where heated up that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad product at all. It really isn't. Okay, some of the other products, we've got the desserts that go along with it. We've got some cookies here, peanut butter, we got crackers, probably some of the more unusual crackers you'll ever see.
And those lonely troops in the field can while away those hours by chewing.
Yeah. You know,
Actually, the taste of it is not too bad. Actually, that's the truth. It's not that bad. All right.
okay, we tried maybe the peaches, dehydrated peaches. Okay, this product here can be eaten as is, or you could actually rehydrate it if you felt like it. And these,
Okay. We got to keep moving here. I want us to make sure we see this. So this is peaches, and these could be eaten.
and they're a good product, good tasting product.
Could we put them in there with the beans? If that
Please
were...
don't.
But you can eat it like this?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's pretty good.
This is one, this
Actually,
particular product we rejected.
You'd insulate your home with this as well.
This particular product is one that the Air Force rejected.
Has been rejected. On
we're not,
what basis?
You'll probably see when you test that out. We're not even going to tell you what it is. I'd be curious to see if you can...
You know, it doesn't look bad. No, actually it doesn't. Okay, they just take a spoon of this?
Yes.
Now, this one's been heated, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
So what is this? This is a...
This is a tray pack or a
Tray
tea
pack.
ration, as they call it.
And this is an entree, a main dish?
Yes, but this doesn't exist in our inventory. It didn't make the cut.
Ooh, I could go for a bowl full of green beans. It doesn't taste that bad. It tastes a little like, I don't know.
What do you think it might be?
I've had something like it before, but I don't know. It's like a sausage kind of a, right?
No, not really. This is eggs with ham in it. That's what it's supposed to be. And again, this is one that we turned away. Didn't quite.
Eggs with ham in it. All right, Paul, do you want a little of this? But you know, even that it doesn't taste like eggs and ham, it doesn't taste bad necessarily. It just tastes wrong.
Maybe Paul can try lasagna. This is a good product. I think
Okay,
you'll
do we have
enjoy
a plate
this
for
product.
Paul?
We've got lasagna.
Have a bean wafer. How are we doing? Okay, we have to do a commercial and then then we'll be right back. Yeah, and then we'll be right back. Okay, probably everybody's favorite.
This is probably favored most by the people out in the field.
All right.
Good product.
All right, lasagna. No, it's not bad. Okay. How much is this stuff a serving?
This costs about 53 cents a serving. It's not. It's not real costly.
Yeah, but you know, I'm surprised it is as good as it is. You would think just by reputation and the fact that it comes in these tin containers that it might not be that great.
And part of it is trying to kill the myth from the World War II that our fathers drummed into us and how good the food is out in the field.
Right, right. Okay, now what was the classic meal that everybody hated in the service?
SOS had to been it, and that's we call it the cream beef, and then we have one of those too that we brought in a tray pack, and if you'd like to try this out. You put this over a biscuit or toast or something like that.
And this is just beef in some kind of...
It's a gravy base, a beef base.
Yeah, well, that's not that great, but it's all right. It's all right. And we have a dessert here we want to finish up with?
No, well, we could try the dessert.
Oh, the beans are... Yeah, the beans.
We have the beans.
The
We also
beans.
have some cookies that we have.
Regular beans, just they look fine. Thanks, Paul.
Do you like it, Paul?
The beans are all right?
Yeah, the beans are right. You can taste one out right now if you'd like.
All right. And this is a dessert cookie?
Yes. And that's what was inside this pack here.
You know, it's very impressive, but I don't think I'm going to enlist. Thank you very much for your time. And where are you stationed?
We're at the Greenville Air Force Base in Florida.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you,
Captain Kruger. We'll be back with... Thank you. That's it. Good night, everybody. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. It's our second show of the brand new year, and it's just not another edition of Late Night. No, sirree. No, it's Late Night 88. That's... Paul, what do you think? Is it the haircut, or do I just have a pinhead? Because I think the haircut is probably all right. In a couple of days, it'll be a great haircut. I just think I have an idiot-looking head. I have kind of a goofball head. Therefore, not every haircut is going to look great on my head the first day, right?
Do you remember that group, The Pretty Things?